First of all, how are you guys feeling about being in Toronto?
Yeah, no, I mean, we love Toronto. This is our fourth time here. We were here not that long ago. I think we just kind of love Canada in general.
This is the closest thing to New York City.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And they have good Indian food here.
So, first of all, you just released a new single, Nothing Feels Amazing. Congratulations. If Wait and Nothing Feels Amazing were chapters in the same emotional story, what would be the next chapter? What would it be called?
That's a good question. Well, they definitely are sort of about the same thing. Kind of wrote them about the same event and at the same time in my life. What I would like for it to be is the sort of happy return afterward, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah.
So I guess I just need to see what happens in my own life before I go and write a song about it. I don't know yet.
To me, those songs are about stages of grief. So I think one of the next stages would be a good motif in the song.
Yeah, I would probably wait for what happens in Mike's life.
Michael, I read that Guitar Hero inspired you to pick up the real guitar.
Yeah, I used to play Guitar Hero, and my dad made fun of me relentlessly until I picked up a real guitar. Like, you know, sort of in the stereotypical way that you'd imagine. That's exactly what happened. And that was 17 years ago.
Oh, wow.
There's some days I'm really happy for it, and other days I'm not super happy for it, but here we are, we've committed to it. Any musician who tells you that they're just, like, constantly stoked about being a musician is lying. Like, there are times where this job is miserable, but there are a lot of times where this job is extremely fulfilling and worth it, and like, and I don't mean you know, like, the music is always the great part. That's never the part that's not fun. It's the, you know, you're driving through Iowa in negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you know, like, when you get there, the show's canceled because there's 3 inches of snow, and and you're out there freezing your butt off and losing money on the road, and I don't know, nights like that suck. And then there are nights where it's amazing and everybody comes out and people, you know, tell you about how the songs have impacted them.
Your music has roots in classic rock influences. Is there one thing from the old school music industry that you'd love to bring back and one that you'd like to leave in the past?
I think if you had asked me this question when I was younger, I was a bit more dogmatic about it, things being analog and doing it the old, but that's not important. The more I've written and the more I've recorded and learned, it's, if it sounds right, it is right. You know, I don't think any of us are a fan of the growing use of AI in music, not to go down that. Classic music is sort of the opposite of that, you know, where there's like little imperfections that make it what it is, and I think it's important to lean into those rather than try to edit every little thing out.
I feel like there's one thing from that era which I can bring is people watching the live shows without a camera or a phone in their hand.
Oh, yes.
I definitely enjoy seeing people dancing while they are listening, and not just like watching with their hands crossed, and like actually enjoying and being present, like Dip said, not on your phone. It definitely makes a difference as a concert goer experience.
So yeah, that's why I love like smaller crowds and like smaller venues, because I feel like you can connect with the artist more, and then you'll be jumping around.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely love it. So you've played a lot of shows in a relatively short amount of time. What's something about touring that nobody warned you about?
Increasing gas prices.
Oh yeah.
It's getting higher and higher.
I mean, all of it, you know, like you growing up wanting to be a rock star, you know, it's like wanting to be an astronaut. You just think about being on the moon. You don't think about getting to the moon, you know. So it's all the other stuff. Like, let me walk you through a regular schedule of a tour day, right? So you got the three of us and our photographer Nico, and we're sharing one hotel room, first of all.
gosh.
So we got to be out of there by 11 o'clock in the morning, which sounds late, but when you got 4 guys who got to get ready, probably takes, you know, about that much time. So let's say you're on the road at 10:30, 11 o'clock. You drive the whole day, you get to the venue, you got to load in. Usually it's up a huge flight of stairs, and it's usually raining or like snowing, or it's incredibly hot or something like that. You get there, you rush, you hurry up, you do sound check, you wait for the show, you do the show, you drive to the hotel somewhere else because you don't want to stay in town and have somebody steal your gear because they know what the van looks like. Get to the hotel at 3 o'clock in the morning, rinse, repeat. And then on one side, it's nice because it's really good to have this routine, and it's nice to get into a sort of rhythm. But on the other side, like, every minute is kind of accounted for, and it feels very much like hurry up and wait. You know, you have to get somewhere by a certain time and be ready, but like you also have to sit around and wait for people to come and for the show to start. And on one side, I love it, but it's kind of tough to get used to. And I think the toughest thing is when you get back home afterward, and that schedule is no longer there, and the pace of life is very different. It's like being on the highway and like somebody yanking the emergency brake in the car, you know?
yes.
Yeah, everything slows down a lot. Like, you have nothing to do, you're just chilling, looking at the TV.
Is there something music has taught you that has absolutely nothing to do with music?
I would say patience, big time. You gotta be willing to sit through traffic, and you gotta be willing to hang out, and also being a salesman. In order for a musician to make money, you have to be a T-shirt salesman.
That's true.
And that is, I mean, if the music doesn't sell it, it's your personality. So
Yes.
you got to be able to connect with the audience on a personal level and get them to hang around and want to come up to you at the merch table, because nobody likes spending money.
Yeah.
So coming up to the merch table already is intimidating. And so just to be back there ourselves, I feel like makes it more personable. We get to chat with our fans and our friends, and even if they don't buy anything, we get to talk to them, and that's what I think matters the most.
Yeah, to me, I feel I learned a lot about respecting the struggle of others, not just me. Every one of us, we're in the same boat, working towards being somewhere. So that's a lot of work, and I learned how to respect that. Also, luck plays a huge factor into where you go, so learned about that as well.
I'm definitely a little bit of the opposite of Joe. I did not learn patience. I'm not a patient person. It's probably one of my biggest flaws. But I think the biggest thing, maybe not that I've learned, but that has impacted me, is seeing the reaction of people to the music. Like, when you first start doing this and you're just writing songs in your basement and hoping somebody listens to them, it's hard to have that sort of grasp of the fact that it's really out there. But then once you're touring and you're meeting people face to face and they're talking to you about how the music has affected them and things, you sort of approach it differently, and you think about, each of the people on the road that you've spoken to when you go back and work on the second album. Like they're like, a lot of them are in my head when I'm writing songs. So I think it's probably changed my perspective more than anything.
What's part of being in a band that gets easier each time, and what somehow never gets easier?
When we first started, getting in and out of the van and then playing a rock show for an hour and then going back in the van, like, it gets cramped, it gets tight, and I learned to stretch before our shows. I learned to be a little bit more limber and like prepare my body for the endurance that it needs. That's definitely something that I think was helpful to learn.
I feel like the more number of shows that you do, you get less tensed. When I started out, when I used to get up on stage, I used to be very what's gonna happen? Am I gonna do something wrong? But with the more number of shows that you do, you get less tense.
The music is almost a given. Like, the music is kind of the easy part. I feel like the thing that changes is, again, perspective, right? Like, not that we're a big band, but we're bigger than we were a year ago, even 2 years ago. It's hard to see exactly where you're at until you get to a certain point and look around, because what happens is you're constantly the smallest fish in an ever-growing pond. So even if you as a fish get bigger, the pond is also getting bigger, and that's how it should be, because if you feel like a big fish and you're not a household name, you're not, so I think a little bit of experience and being comfortable with the fact that you're usually going to be the smallest fish, and that's not a bad thing, because if you're constantly getting into bigger ponds, it means you're going in the right direction.
Okay, so I've got a few trivia questions now. If your songs could only be listened to in one place forever, where would you want people to hear them?
Toronto.
Hey, that's the right answer.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we have to go with Toronto.
Yes, I agree. What is your guys' hot take?
I don't like chocolate chip cookies.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like chocolate chip cookies. I don't like the band U2.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what else. Give me something else.
I don't like PB&J. That's the worst thing ever.
It's not bad.
That's a hot take. Joe's hot take is that he kind of likes everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like sometimes something is objectively bad, and Joe's like, this is fine.
Yeah.
And, and I don't know.
There was only one time.
There's only one time. We won't talk about that one time.
We're not going to talk about that, but there was only one time.
Oh my god.
I can't stand Eric Clapton. I can't stand Eric Clapton. I don't care. He is the most overrated guitar player of all time. Like, bro is on to absolutely nothing. And I know people are going to be watching this and be like, what, you're not a famous guitar player? You know what? I play guitar. I have an opinion. Eric Clapton is the most overrated guitar player of all time, bar none.
Okay, what's something you've gotten better at because of failure rather than success?
Time management and emergency preparedness.
Okay.
I've been standing as our tour manager for the last 2 years almost, and it's just been helping me get us more prepared for next time when we need something. In a case of emergency, we've had our van break down, and we're pretty on top of a routine on how to get it fixed and be efficient with time and get us to the gig the same day without losing momentum.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely been helpful.
I can say that Dip has gotten better at parking because he has failed parking so many times.
Oh, no.
And this is the first tour where he's capable of parking.
Oh my gosh.
Good job, Dip.
Yeah, it's good.
We're all proud of you.
Yeah, patting you back. What's the most played song on your journeys right now?
Yeah, so we as a band collectively have a favorite band, and it's a band called Delta Sleep.
Okay.
They are English. It's sort of progressive, kind of sounds like Midwest emo, but with hooks, you know, very mathy. And I think they have a nice blend of all the songs being memorable, catchy, and also they are incredible musicians.
And they tell a story. Every song, every album tells a story from cover to cover, so it's cool to like listen to the progression of whatever the singer or whoever writes the songs is going through in each song. And that's actually what drew me to them originally, is I was going through something that felt very relatable to that album, so listening to it I was just like, this is about me. And I felt connected to it and listened to it, brought it to the band. And
Yeah, Joe does a lot of good things. That was definitely one of those.
That might actually be Joe's best contribution.
And have you guys got a favorite food or favorite city? Favorite city and favorite food?
Well, you know what? Let's guess each other's. How about that?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna guess that Joe's favorite city, it's either gonna be Portland or Seattle.
Okay.
Good guess.
It's either gonna be Portland or Seattle.
Cool cities.
Favorite food? I don't know, because like I know it's a sweet. Like I know it's gonna be like a Cinnabon or something, like something cakey.
I don't know.
But it's been Reese's peanut butter cups.
Reese's, I would die for Reese's.
Yeah.
I think I've even had that once.
Really?
I wasn't like the biggest fan. I can't lie.
I am allergic to tree nuts.
Okay.
But my mom is and has become allergic to peanuts since then, and so I expect my life to go down the same path, and I will die for a Reese's peanut butter cup.
That's crazy.
That's all I have
It
to
reminds
say.
me of. Have you seen Final Destination, the recent one?
No, I haven't.
That's literally how he
Oh, yeah?
does. Yeah.
You're not gonna die though.
That's fine. Yeah, I've been microdosing my allergies for quite some time now.
This was one of the reasons why I was holding back on making him eat Indian food.
Oh.
Because, yeah, most of the Indian food has like nuts in them.
Oh yes, of
But
course.
I can eat cashew paste, and I am allergic to cashews. So
That's
So
crazy.
he's not dead.
know your favorite food is quesadillas,
is, yes.
Ooh,
unless there's
okay.
broccoli on it.
No, yeah, unless there's
You don't like broccoli?
but not on
Okay.
quesadilla. It's just the
Yeah.
wrong.
Um,
it was served once, and it's just the wrong.
And your
thing for
favorite
you.
city?
I would say
One-
New York
yes.
City.
Yeah, it's here.
Oh,
New York.
okay. Yeah, he's a purist.
I'm going for the first time in August. I'm so excited.
Oh, you're
yeah.
Every other city has good things about it. New York is the best.
Okay, what's a dream artist you'd want to open for?
In terms of like, what do I think would be a good fit, or just who do I want to
No,
play
who
with?
you want to. It doesn't matter. Like.
Oh man, because
Yeah.
that's like going to be totally out of left field. Because like my favorites, particularly at the moment, been on a huge Sade kick, and I know she's like kind of retired, so it would never happen. But I would love to play it just to see her, because she's like one of my favorite singers of all time. Also, big fan of Diana Ross.
Okay.
Also, big fan of Steely Dan and all yacht rock, even though Steely Dan themselves will not classify themselves as yacht rock, but like they're yacht rock. You know, Michael McDonald, Christopher Cross, all that kind of thing. So like, it would either be like, yeah, it would have to be between Sade and like Steely Dan, I think, for me, which is I think an insane pick because we don't sound like any of those. No, probably not. It would be a terrible bill.
Linkin Park or Incubus.
I've been listening to a lot of Willow Smith.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think that the music is progressive enough to categorize as like a alt rock, and I think it'd be cool to have.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Nice. I listened to a lot of old songs as well. Have you heard of the song 21st Century Girl? That was like
Yeah.
an old song. I really love that song. And last question, 5 years from now, what do you hope fans say about King Falcon that would make you feel like you've truly succeeded?
That's a good question.
5 years from now, I saw them when they were small.
Ooh, that's a yes.
I saw them when they were playing at Handlebar.
That's a really good one.
I think that's probably about the best answer.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.